Hey everyone, it's Liz. It's currently around 8 p.m. on the 2nd of July, and I was sitting down at my desk to update all of my books in my system and decided to record myself. So, this is the product of a 2 hour long video. Thankfully, I've condensed it into just over 16 minutes. So, if you guys are interested in kind of seeing me go through my books this evening, then definitely keep watching. Currently, I'm working in my bullet journal, and this is the new layout that I have for July. I will be posting a June recap of the pages in my bullet journal and a couple other books, so you guys will see kind of how I got to the point that I'm in right now. So the initial layout that you can kind of see on the left-hand side of the page is I have 3 sections where I do a morning, good morning entry, and then I have a running task list of things that I need to do in my system. Whether I complete them that day or another day, it's just easier for me to maintain kind of like a current system, and it's been working really, really well for me. That last section is for my evening closeout. So that's kind of like the little micro blurb that I do. Right now, I am actually just going in and kind of filling in some of the tasks that I have as I think of them. And then on the right hand side of that page, I'm actually just going in and kind of doing some mini micro blurbs about what kind of happened throughout the day in my system. And by the way, I don't necessarily plan on talking throughout the entire video. I think I'll probably just explain what each book is used for once it comes on the screen. So hopefully you guys are okay with listening to music and just journaling with me. Now I'm just prepping my entry for tomorrow, and I'm just drawing in the 3 boxes that you guys saw on the previous pages. I am still trying to figure out if this is something that I want to continue, just because drawing in the lines can kind of get a little bit monotonous, but doing it the night after I finish all of my bullet journaling entries and stuff hasn't really been an issue. So I probably will stick with doing this until I either find a better way to organize the page or a different way, and kind of see what I come up with. Now I'm pulling out my emotion log, and this is the first type of vertical weeklies that I actually have in my system. This is not something that I showed in my mid-year Techo Kaigi just because I am kind of still in my experimental phase with it. I've actually been using this for about 2.5 weeks now. It does start on the 30th of June, but I used the last 2 weeks of December of 2026 to kind of like test it out. So, when I first started this whole like bullet journaling experience, one of the main things that I like to do was micro blurb as my main journal. So, basically, I would write like a paragraph and find like the perfect sticker to kind of like describe the topic of what I was writing about. But going into like the end of May and then definitely all throughout June, I felt like my main journal just needed to be writing. I just didn't like the choppiness of having to stop at that like portion of the page, find a new sticker, and then continue writing. So it was just a little too choppy for me. So I stopped time blocking for the entirety of June, but I still had the urge to like want to do it. So this is the first of my vertical weeklies that I use, and it's solely based on capturing the main emotions that I experience throughout the day. So I have no idea how I lost the footage of me starting off journaling on this page in my daily, but for some reason when I played back the video, I did not have it. So I assumed that my camera was not recording at the time, but this is my Hemlock and Oak daily, and this is what my daily pages are looking like right now. Things have changed significantly in my daily, and I think I am really happy with what it's turned out to be because it really fits like into my system perfectly. So just a brief description on how I fill out this page. In the intentions portion on the very top part of the page, I go in and kind of like write out what I would like to happen throughout the day. And then I take one of the sections on the left hand side and kind of just like journal in the morning. And then in the evening time, I go in and fill out the major portion of the page and kind of just talk about and reflect on if I did meet those intentions, and if I didn't, what was the reason that I didn't. And then I have a closeout portion that's on the left hand side of the page where I kind of just talk about what I was able to accomplish today, like any of the good things that I experienced in my system or just in general. And then, yeah, that's about it for my daily. So this is that closeout portion that I mentioned earlier. I really do like writing horizontally in the portion that is really supposed to be used for time blocking, I guess, in the book. It is a little bit weird now that I'm at the center of the book, but I kind of make it work, and it's a little rough on the first like couple lines, but as I get down the page, it kind of just like evens out a little bit. Now I'm flipping to my monthly calendar to write about how I am actually doing a voiceover video today. I think it's been a little bit over a month since I've actually done one, so I kind of just wanted to capture that here. Yeah, I honestly took June as a break to kind of like reflect on my system for my mid-year like reflection thing, I guess. So I'm back to doing my voiceover videos, and it's just really nice. So yes, I am pulling out my A5 Common Planner from Sterling Ink, and I'm updating my system tracker, which is basically an AM and PM tracker of what time of the day like I touch my books. So this is the second of my vertical weekly spreads, and this is just normal time blocking and like capturing events throughout the day. I have really been enjoying being back in a Sterling Ink Common Planner. I'd actually purchased one November of last year and fully planned to be using that today. But things did not work out with the kind of like mental headspace that I was in, and I just really could not find my groove in it. So I am tackling it again, and I think the fact that my journaling is really just journaling now. I definitely still have the urge to kind of like use pretty stickers and capture like the main things that happen throughout the day. I know I'm only 3 days into time blocking again, but I really do think that kind of like taking out those longer form, like micro blurb journaling entries that I would usually do, and kind of just like sticking to my emotion log for my Leuchtturm planner, and then this vertical weekly for my event logging. I honestly think that I probably will have more success doing the whole time blocking thing in here, so I will definitely keep you guys updated, but I'm really liking how I'm feeling doing that. So the last thing that I'm pulling out is my main journal, which is a B6 chunky notebook from Philo Planner on Instagram. And I'm kind of just continuing the entry that I started this morning. And I didn't really have too much to write today, so you guys won't necessarily see me in this for much longer, but I really am liking the just journaling with kind of like aesthetically pleasing like stickers or ephemera that I have. And I've really just been enjoying writing in here. And I also forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that I am writing with my left hand. I am a right-handed person, but I guess I would say I'm kind of ambidextrous because I do like to journal with my left hand as well. I also write a little bit smaller with my left hand, which kind of like helps when I'm writing in my 2mm grid notebooks. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that I can write with both hands and it's nice to switch back and forth between them. So this basically wraps up the video. So if you're still here and watching, thank you so much for that. And I also just wanted to say to my subscribers, new and old, your support is definitely much appreciated. So thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel and watching, please like and subscribe if this is your vibe. Bye.